Hello, hello. I'm painting something different. If you've joined before, you know that's like a big thing for me. I paint a lot of flowers. So tonight, I'm painting a snowman. And you're like, that's not a snowman. We'll get there. We will get there. Some point. This is really just kind of, the lines will mostly be gone. A little bit down here, so I should probably, emphasize that. He's gonna be standing in the woods. Well, that is my dream. And I truly need the brush holder. So I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 11, and we paint together, working on his fine motor skills. And he helps me paint the backgrounds with a hand over hand method, and then I paint the rest. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm trying a little something different here, so we'll see. I'm sure I'm gonna have to add some stuff with the other kind of brush, but right this minute, this is what's happening here. So we'll add a little more detail as I go along, but feels like it's been a very busy few weeks. I don't know, every time of the holidays it just seems like it gets busier and busier for everybody. And life just keeps happening. And there's some days that it feels very chaotic, and like there's just a lot going on. I don't know. So I'm trying to just take it all in and let Owen enjoy the holidays, which is new for him. This is the first year he's really getting into all of the holidays. Like Thanksgiving wasn't too much. I tried to kind of make him understand that, like, we give thanks and the give thanks to the people that we're thankful for and the things that we appreciate, and just all of that, kind of trying to give him activities and things to do during a month that's typically not, like, I don't want to say it's not kid friendly, but it's not a holiday that is celebrated per se, like, as that type of thing with because it is about family, and it's about seeing your friends and family and being thankful. But he doesn't quite get the whole dinner thing with family. He's starting to understand that we go to dinner, we enjoy dinner with family, but it's still a process for him. It's still kind of hard for him to grasp all of it. But the strides and how far he has come are absolutely incredible. So it's definitely I mean, I'm just so thankful for how far he's come and where we're at with all of that. And I just for him to, he's talking about wanting to go to dinner with Santa. Um, uh, the thought of that is in itself the miracle. I mean, for him to even like want to plot and plan this, I mean, that in itself is saying so very much. So I'm just thankful that he is getting this and he's enjoying it. Like he wants a red hat for Christmas, and um, you know he doesn't quite get the fact that you ask for Christmas gifts. Like he's just now kind of getting that as well. That Santa would bring him a present, and so he it's so amazing to me to feel that genuine excitement from him about going to see Santa and talking to Santa and telling Santa his things, his about what he wants. And so that in itself means so much to me that we can experience that, and he will be happy about seeing Santa. So I'm thrilled. And hopefully, you know, as time goes on, he'll get even a little more like interested in all of the aspects of Santa himself. So, but for now, I'm just like really, truly thankful for everything that he's excited about. So, gonna kind of let that dry, and I'm making some snowflakes. I always don't like what the snowflakes look like. Like they look, but I do them anyways. I do these. I don't know. One of these days, I'm gonna have to learn like a better way to do them, or just let just little tiny dots, which would be good as well. And maybe that's what I really need to do, and I probably don't even need snowflakes, but I'm gonna put the snowman down here, so I'm gonna let this dry a little bit. And I'm not good at letting things dry. Like I could, take 10 minutes and let it dry, or 20 minutes or 3 hours. But I like to just keep going. I don't like to wait on things. And so, that's kind of in itself one of those little mystery things. One day, even though I've been painting for many years now, I'm extremely self-taught, if you hadn't noticed. But I do this because I absolutely love doing it. And now, doing this with my son has just created just so many memories. And when I look at the paintings, and I think about how far he's come, and what we do together, and that in itself allows me to tell our story, and it just means a lot to me. So as much as I the painting is from my heart. Painting is from just being with my son during the times that we paint the backgrounds, and that's what it all matters. That's what it's about. And so I'm just excited for this season of growth for him, season of growth for me, to see it all and to allow different changes in myself to adapt and grow with him. I always say autism is as much about how I handle it as it is about Owen having it. So, and these snowflakes have made me realize that I really truly need to figure out how to do them. I probably should have, excuse me, like some blue with it so that with the blue background that it just kind of, I don't know, makes it more of a, like, I just put a little tiny bit of black on my paintbrush just to kind of gray it out a little bit. Yeah, because not everything is stark white, you know, when like the sky, when the snow comes, when you look up in the sky, even though like technically the snow is white, you don't just see, you know, your eyes see shades of colors as they're kind of going down. And yeah, so that's kind of what I'm trying to learn and do, is like shading of things. And my trees don't have any of that. I suppose they should have some snow on them as well, right? But once you start, you can't stop the snow. You just can't stop the snow. Mm. But I know I want to stop the snow. I'm telling you, you see, you learn from doing. And even though, like, I don't necessarily exactly like the snow that's happening here, it helps you to learn. It really truly helps you to learn and grow from what once you gain, you know. And that's the key to this, is always trying to find new ways to do things and look at life a little bit differently. So, yeah, I should have snow piled up, but we're not very realistic people. Okay, so now we have that, and we're gonna put our snowman, and I'm only gonna do kind of 2 rounds. Like sometimes there's 3. Yeah, if you have a really big snowman, maybe there's 5. But I'm just gonna put kind of, it's kind of an oval. And then there goes the green. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. I got some sneezes. I'll probably have to do a couple rounds of that, but that's okay. So we're gonna do a scarf around his neck. Ooh. So it will be fine whatever happens with the neck area there. But I'm gonna just add a little bit more white in there. Whoops. See, I had that pretty circular, and then I had to go outside the lines. Ooh. I keep saying I need to get, a lot of times when I do flowers, I only use one I can't think, one brush, that's what I'm trying to say, because I do the one brush because I like the way all the colors kind of show up. Meaning, like, if I'm working on a flower and I use several shades of red, like there's several shades of red. On this, if this was a flower, I would be using that and kind of twisting it into its colors. Well, then when I make the next flower and I use yellow, I don't clean off my brush because, when you look at a flower, kind of like I was talking about all the highlights and such, there's so many colors in a flower. There's like a brilliant red flower, like a rose or something. But yet, again, you still, when you turn it in different light and different things, you see the reflections of colors and all of that. So when I'm painting, I like to use the tones left on the paintbrush for the next flower and the next flower and the next flower. So to me, that's kind of the fun part of doing it. I gotta sneeze. So right now I'm using multiple reds with the hat and everything, because again, that's the texture and the colors are what you're going to see. Like, as it dries, it's not just one flat red, it's going to have all that kind of flowing through there, like material would be changing or moving. So now I am putting red on top of this white. Very easily it could turn pink because I could pull up too much of the white and it turns pink. So this is what I was talking about, that I should let this dry and I should do like the arms or something, but instead I'm pushing forward and I'm continuing to go. I have such a hard time waiting. I truly have a hard time waiting. So, and this is where I want to like make this look more like a crossover right here. And so I'm using the darker red to kind of emphasize like this is going down that way. Just to kind of flow it into there and make it look like it's kind of a crossed, covered over. I don't know what the right word is. Across the body, I suppose. So I'm just gonna make this a little, see, that's what I was talking about. If I pull up too much of the white, it will become pink, but it's also okay for shading. So I just want this to be the thicker one, and there we go. So the and then even though he has his white, you know, it kind of has to be, this again is about some of the shading. So even though that's the red, I still am okay with pulling some of that color in here and making it like obvious that there is color, so that it kind of shows like it's a shadow. You know, I could do it with more of a cream, I could do it with everything, like a gray or something, but I just lightly touched the red up there so that it looks like it's on him, kind of around the edge, just to give it a little bit more of the texture. And it will dry darker, like the white. You'll still see it, but it will give more of that kind of color in there. Or that's the way I'm looking at it. I can make all the excuses needed. All of them. I'm just adding a little more. That was getting kind of thin as it was drying right there. Like that. So now I'm just going to put a little more of these lines. Again, I feel like I'm not that excited about the snow, and I probably needed more, but I've just used this as my not that I don't have 1,000 other brushes right here that I can do. So we got our eyes, and then I'm bad about dots and such. That's why I'm using this smaller brush, because it's not technically smaller, but it's thin, I should say. Because, ooh, I think I touched that. Because I want to do this like the coal mouth. But I'm bad at dots. Very, very bad at dots. Okay, now I'm going to try to do a little bigger coal buttons. I'm just going to do 3 on that. Whoops. I end up usually getting tons of paint on everything. I'm that good. I'm that good at doing it. And now to do I never know, like, do I do, like, this is the carrot nose. Should I do them down? Should I do it up? Should I do it over? So I generally start kind of off center, just a slight smidgen, and I kind of pull it down, is what I do. And now I am going to go back in. I should maybe start, like, instead of like X's, do, this has got a fuzz on it. Do maybe dots of, that might be better. Maybe I should do dots of, well, that's got all kinds of problems. It's got one tiny, it's probably, you can't even probably see it, but there's like one tiny bristle way out here. Not quite sure what's going on with that. So I just need, I used my brush that I was using, here's one, for the rest of the, I used it for the black, the white, once I did that. So I'm just gonna add a few more down here. I think I might like dots better now that I'm thinking that might, like, just dots. Now I'm gonna have to, like, try out the dots. That's my next. So stay tuned for dots instead of X's for, I think that's what I'm gonna do next, is because it looks so busy, right? It's so busy. Like I said, I'm not a snow expert. I grew up in Florida. I now live in West Virginia, but I grew up in Florida, so that's my excuse. I'm not a snow expert, folks. And if you don't know, like, Florida is, if you're not familiar with the United States, where Florida is, every random, like, something, it'll snow in parts of Florida, but it's been a long time since it's snowed in the bottom, like, part of that. But West Virginia is northern southern. But it snows randomly here as well, but more often. But we have lots of cold days. I always sign this O for Owen, and then L, and B. So stay tuned to see how the next part of snow is done. We'll have to try soon. Oh, you know what? Now I have, oh, here, I can use this. I think I touched this earlier, and it just, I think, either way, even if I didn't, it needed to be fixed. I mean, not that it was that, but there we go. Okay, now I'm done. Thanks so much for watching and being a part of our day. Toodles!